Well, hello you guys. Have you seen that series Jamtara?
हाँ सर, बैंक से ही बोल रहे हैं। बताइए ओटीपी बताइए।
सर मुझे आपका डेबिट कार्ड नंबर बताइए।
हाँ 52
जी सर।
हाँ सर आगे।
Have you seen these instances of people losing their money on Amazon where they place an order and then what in turn gets delivered is a brick or sometimes soap? It happens on Flipkart as well. Or one of the biggest examples in our country, have you heard of Harshad Mehta doing this scam? Now, all of these have something in common. There was technology involved in all of these. The people who were scamming people in Jamtara were using mobile technology. They were reaching out, talking to people, speaking to them, and doing some credit card transactions. That's also a technology. Amazon is an e-commerce platform. Flipkart is an e-commerce platform. They are also technologies that help us lead a better life. Stock exchange, of course, is built on the servers, uses technology in different ways. Now, why am I talking about all of this? Basically, what I'm trying to tell you is technology is not evil. The people who use technology to do wrong are the problem. And that's what I'm going to be talking about. Many people have started to associate the term NFTs with just pure bad or nefarious activity, which is absurd, to be honest. Being very closely working in this space in the last 1 year, I have learned a lot of things and I'm going to share a few things that will help you navigate this space easily. This video is sponsored by Ledger and more about that I will speak in the due course of the video. Let's jump right into it. Hello, I'm Venkatesh and this is Draw with Artma. If you're new here, make sure you give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you do not miss any of the new videos that we come up with. I talk about art, I talk about NFT related technologies and other things related to creativity. I have been working in the NFT space in the last 1 year, have created several NFTs, bought and sold NFTs as well. Here are a few things that I have noticed. There are people who use the technology of blockchain to do some nefarious activities. Now, that is not to say that the technology in itself is evil or the technology in itself is a scam. It's as absurd as saying e-commerce is a scam or mobile technology is a scam or credit cards are scams, just like the examples that I mentioned to you quite a while ago. But how are people actually doing these scams and how do people make sure that they don't fall prey? The scams are usually phishing scams. So whenever you're using a wallet to transact any of the cryptocurrencies on any of these platforms, the people on the other end who are trying to scam you will try to get your seed phrase. There are different means of doing it. One of the ways that people do it is through phishing. Basically, they will try and get you to connect your wallet to a scam website, so to say. Once you connect the wallet to that particular website, they will have access or they will get you to approve a transaction which lets them take whatever is on your wallet. The other way to do it is when they ask you to download a certain file. And this is very commonly observed when a particular representative of a company reaches out to you and says, I have this opportunity, I want to work with you. And for that, all the briefs are present in the email that I'm sending you and there will be a file that will be attached. Once you download that file and extract the contents of it, your system will get hacked and the wallet will get compromised. And the scammer will have access to your wallet and they will be able to swindle out the money that's there on the wallet. The other kind of scams include something which takes the advantage of human emotions. Sometimes people rush towards taking an action which they don't think twice about. For example, if you are part of Discords of any of these NFT projects, there will be a link that will be shared in the Discord's announcements. When it gets hacked, that link will in essence say that you have very limited amount of time, a new mint is going on, and people in the rush to not lose out on that opportunity, FOMO into it, go ahead and connect their wallet without even thinking twice. So this is where emotions get the best of you and people end up losing their contents of their wallets and their Ethereum or whatever cryptocurrency is present in that wallet also gets swindled. So these are different ways in which people are conducting scams. Another very popular one and the one that probably many people have been privy to is people losing their investment that they make in a particular NFT project, which are called rug pulls. Meaning, when you are putting in money into a certain project, believing the promises that the company is making or the founders are making that they are going to build something, and instead what they do is after a while or sometimes even immediately, they just disappear. The amount of money that you have spent purchasing those NFTs goes to waste. The people cannot be tracked. Now, these are different ways in which you can get scammed. But there is a way for you to be sure that you have an added level of security so that any transaction that you are making or approving that transaction manually, physically with you. And that is where hardware wallets come into play. Now about our sponsors, Ledger. Ledger is manufacturer of hardware wallets and they have different models. You can go ahead and check them out on their website. Basically, when you are making any kind of transaction on a website or using your wallet to transact amount inside or out, you will be asked to make that transaction using the physical buttons, meaning you will have to enter the PIN to approve a transaction whenever there is a transaction that needs to go through. Now, in the unlikely case that your wallet gets compromised or say somebody gets access to your system, they will be able to probably do whatever they want to do with the information on your PC, but they physically will not be able to press the buttons on the ledger because it is not a software device, it's a hardware device. And that's why I highly recommend you get a hardware wallet as soon as possible if you're already in this space. And if you are trying to enter this space, this is that one step that you need to take before even venturing in. I cannot emphasize enough as to how many smart people, some of the smartest people that I know have fallen privy to these scams because the scammers will go to extreme lengths to make sure to make you believe that they are doing something that is genuine. They will make sure that they win your trust over months sometimes to get you to take an action on their website or on the link that they send you. So be very, very careful. Make sure that you get a ledger before you enter the space. Now coming to the good part, NFTs have attracted a lot of negativity because of these scams that happen in this space. But I am somebody who's been in this space in the last 1 year. I have seen so many interesting things happen. I have met some wonderful people, brilliant artists. My art has grown significantly because of being in touch with so many amazing creative people. Also, I have found my own community of Pepe artists and my family, the Frog Fam, where we interact, exchange ideas, and there is some brilliant collaboration that I've been a part of, and more things about it I'm going to speak about in the future videos as well. What I'm trying to tell you is, if we take a technology and think about 3 or 4 or say a few examples of negative things happening around it and call that technology evil, then maybe we are being short-sighted. Think about what happened with the dot-com bubble. A few years ago, at the beginning of internet, there were companies that were being formed, and when the boom occurred in the internet space, any company which had a .com domain attached to it was being showered with a lot of money. People were rushing to invest in them, and eventually the bubble popped. But out of that came the companies like Amazon, Google, and all the other companies that you see right now, which are ruling the world. Right? So there is a new technology that comes onto the scene and there is a lot of hype around it. But once the hype dies down, there are things that happen which kind of change the way we interact with the world. And I firmly believe that NFTs are here to stay. Companies like Nike, Adidas, even Photoshop, the company which actually builds applications to create digital art, they are incorporating features for you to go ahead and make NFTs on the platform itself. Now, this is like a Pandora's box that has been opened up. The genie is out of the bottle. Before we could not own digital items, now we can own digital items. Think about it. The world is only moving more digitization, meaning our real world is no more limited to the real physical world around us. The real world right now is a mix of the real and the digital experiences that you have. Think about that statement that I made again. And we are only moving towards more and more digitization that's going to happen. In the scheme of things that we are seeing around us, do you think it is so hard to believe that there is going to be ownership of digital items? Of course not. It is inevitable that digital items are going to be owned by people, and some smart collectors, some smart people have already invested in technologies that are helping build the future for these things to actually be displayed in. Art being one of them. Many people have purchased art, and it is not only a recent phenomenon. Maybe you are hearing about NFTs in the last 1 year, but NFTs have been around. NFTs have been there since 2017, 16. People have created Pepe Art specifically, for a very long time, they have been making NFTs, and only in the last 1 year, maybe you heard about it because there has been such a boom around this word, so to say. But what I'm trying to essentially get to is, think about the technology, think about where these things are heading. And if you are still a skeptic, it is completely fine if you do not agree with me. It's completely okay for you to say that you don't want to be a part of this. But I'm telling you this as a person who has been in this space, who's been very close and has been working with people who are deeply involved. I'm seeing the growth that is happening. I'm seeing the developments that are happening, and I am a firm believer. All right. So if you have any questions relating to NFTs and the stuff that happens in this space, go ahead and leave a comment below. I would love to know your thoughts about it. And I will see you in another video with an interesting concept and more things about digital art and NFTs as well. Until then, stay safe, take care. Like I always say, stay strong and keep creating. I'll see you very soon. Bye bye. Have a good day.